Waitress decides to feed a homeless man in need, only to face shocking consequences. She's fired by her boss, but just when it seems like all hope is lost, something extraordinary happens. The mayor himself arrives, and what unfolds will leave you speechless. Before we dive into this powerful tale of courage and compassion, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join our growing community of story lovers. By subscribing, you'll gain access to heartwarming stories like this one, stories that inspire, uplift, and remind us of the power of kindness. Don't miss out on weekly videos that restore your faith in humanity. Subscribe now, and let's spread positivity together. Now, let's get into the story. The diner was alive with its usual morning energy. A symphony of clinking dishes, murmured conversations, and the occasional shout of an order from the kitchen. The scent of sizzling bacon and fresh coffee wafted through the air, giving the small establishment a comforting warmth. Emily wove through the crowd with practiced ease, balancing trays and jotting down orders. Though her movements were quick, her attention to her customers never wavered. Her smile had a way of putting people at ease, whether it was the grumpy old man who came in every morning for black coffee, or the young couple stopping by for a pre-work breakfast. But something about this morning felt different. As Emily delivered a plate of pancakes to a table, her eyes wandered toward the window. There, sitting on the curb outside, was a man who looked like he had been forgotten by the world. The man's appearance spoke volumes. His clothes were frayed, his face pale and unshaven, and his shoulders hunched forward as if the weight of his struggles was pressing him into the ground. He didn't move much, but his eyes scanned the plates of food being carried inside the diner, filled with longing. Emily hesitated for a moment, her heart tugged by the sight. Homelessness wasn't uncommon in the city, but there was something about this man, something in his gaze, that she couldn't ignore. She knew she had to do something. After a quick glance around the diner to ensure her tables were taken care of, Emily walked to the counter and began preparing a plate. She scooped scrambled eggs, bacon, and hash browns onto a plate, grabbed a slice of buttered toast, and poured a steaming cup of coffee into a sturdy mug. She placed everything neatly on a tray and headed outside. "Excuse me, sir," Emily said softly as she approached. The man flinched slightly, startled by her presence. He looked up, his tired eyes narrowing in suspicion. "Can I help you?" he asked cautiously, his voice hoarse. "I thought you might be hungry," Emily said, holding out the plate and coffee. "Here, please take this." The man's hands trembled as he reached for the food. I don't have any money," he murmured, his voice thick with embarrassment. "You don't need any," Emily replied with a warm smile. "It's on the house." The man stared at her, disbelief flickering across his face. "Why would you do that?" he asked quietly. "Because you deserve kindness," Emily said simply. "Everyone does." The man looked down at the plate in his hands, his emotions threatening to overwhelm him. "Thank you," he whispered. I don't even know how to thank you." "What's your name?" Emily asked, sitting down on the curb beside him. "Sam," he said, after a pause. "I used to be someone, you know. I served in the army. But now—" His voice trailed off, and Emily waited patiently. She had learned that slants could be just as comforting as words. "I lost everything when I came back," Sam continued, his voice trembling. "I couldn't find work. I couldn't sleep because of the nightmares. My family tried to help, but I pushed them away. And now I'm here." Emily nodded, her heart aching for him. "I'm so sorry you've been through that, Sam, but you're still someone, and you're not alone." Unbeknownst to Emily, her actions hadn't gone unnoticed inside the diner. Mr. Grayson, the owner, had been watching from his office. To him, Emily's gesture wasn't an act of kindness. It was an infraction. He prided himself on running a respectable business and believed that helping people like Sam would drive away paying customers. As soon as Emily returned to the diner, Mr. Grayson stormed out of his office. His face was flushed with anger, and his voice was sharp enough to silence the chatter of the diners. "Emily," he barked, "what do you think you're doing?" Emily turned to face him, startled by his tone. I was just helping someone who needed it," she said carefully. "Helping someone?" Mr. Grayson scoffed. "You gave away food without paying for it. Do you know how much that plate cost? This is a business, not a charity." Emily straightened her back, her cheeks burning with embarrassment. "It was just one plate, Mr. Grayson. And he was hungry. I couldn't just ignore him." "Well, you should have," Mr. Grayson snapped. "You've embarrassed this diner in front of our customers. You're fired." The room fell silent as every pair of eyes turned toward Emily. Her chest tightened, but she refused to back down. If showing kindness is something to be ashamed of, then maybe I don't want to work here, she said firmly. She removed her apron and set it on the counter before walking out the door with her head held high. Emily sat on a bench outside the diner, trying to process what had just happened. Her emotions swirled. Anger at Mr. Grayson's cruelty, sadness over losing her job, and doubt about whether she had done the right thing. She was so lost in thought that she didn't notice the sleek black car pulling up until the door opened and a man stepped out. Dressed in a tailored suit with an air of quiet authority, Mayor Daniels approached her. "Excuse me," he said, his tone warm and polite. "Are you Emily?" Emily looked up, startled. "Yes, that's me," she said hesitantly. "I heard about what happened," the mayor said, sitting down beside her. "And I want you to know that your actions were nothing short of heroic." Emily's eyes widened. "Heroic? But I lost my job." The mayor nodded. "Sometimes doing the right thing comes at a cost. But people like you, people who lead with their hearts, are exactly what this community needs." He handed her a card. There's a non-profit organization that works with veterans and the homeless. They're looking for someone compassionate and dedicated. If you're interested, I'd be happy to recommend you. Tears filled Emily's eyes as she took the card. Thank you, she said. This means so much to me. The mayor didn't stop there. He shared Emily's story on social media, praising her courage and calling on the community to do more to help those in need. The post went viral, reaching thousands of people who were inspired by Emily's compassion. The story sparked a wave of kindness. Donations poured into local shelters. Volunteers stepped forward to help the homeless, and businesses began partnering with nonprofits to create job opportunities for people like Sam. As for Sam, his life took a remarkable turn. With the help of the nonprofit, he received medical care, therapy, and a place to stay. He even found part-time work at a local community center, helping other veterans who were struggling. Years later, Emily would look back on that fateful day and smile. What had started as a simple act of kindness had grown into something much larger, a movement that transformed lives and reminded people of the power of compassion. For Sam, the meal Emily had given him was more than food. It was a lifeline. And for Emily, the encounter had set her on a path she never could have imagined, one filled with purpose and hope. Dear friends, if this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Together, let's make the world a kinder place, one act at a time.